A Promise Remains. Chapter 2. Words We Never Said.
The hum of the coffee shop felt louder than usual, as though every clinking cup and whispered order conspired to fill the void between us. I stirred my cappuccino for the 5th time, watching the foam dissolve into muted brown swirls. Kabir sat across from me, hands folded on the table, his fingers occasionally tapping in uneven patterns as if his thoughts were too restless to stay contained. The rain outside had turned into a steady downpour, its rhythm both comforting and suffocating. I glanced at him briefly. His hair was slightly damp from when he dashed in earlier, a stubborn strand falling onto his forehead. He hadn't bothered to push it back. So, I began, my voice tentative. I hated how fragile it sounded, like porcelain threatening to crack. You travel a lot for work now. His lips curved into a faint smile. More than I imagined I would. Turns out airports and hotel rooms make up most of my memories these days. There was a time when I knew all his dreams by heart, when late-night calls meant exchanging our wildest plans for the future, from careers to the tiny hilltop cafe he once said he'd open someday. But now, I wasn't even sure which city he called home. That must be exciting, I said, forcing the words out. They tasted flat. Seeing new places, meeting new people. Exciting, he echoed, as though testing the word. Then his gaze shifted to the rain outside. And lonely too, sometimes. The silence that followed wasn't uncomfortable, not exactly. It was heavy, yes, but familiar in a way I couldn't name. Like an old song you forgot you loved until it played again. I fiddled with the ring on my index finger, desperate for a distraction. Do you still carry your camera everywhere? I asked finally, trying to sound casual. Not everywhere, he said. But enough. A pause. Then softer. Some memories are better captured, even if they're blurry. I wanted to ask which memories he meant. But I didn't. Instead, I sipped my coffee and let the question hang in my chest like a stone. He watched me for a moment, really watched me, and I felt my pulse quicken under the weight of his gaze. It's strange, he said quietly, being here with you after all these years. Like time folded in on itself and brought us back, but not really. I didn't trust my voice to answer, so I offered a small, almost imperceptible nod. Outside, the rain fell harder, blurring the world beyond the glass. Inside, our words danced delicately around the truths neither of us dared to touch.
5 years ago.
The first droplets had fallen just as we stepped out of the little cafe. I remember looking up at the sky, grey clouds swirling like a brewing storm, and laughing nervously. Looks like we miscalculated, I said, clutching my tote bag tighter. Kabir glanced at me, his lips curling into that easy, lopsided smile I would grow to recognize as his tell. His way of saying he found something amusing, endearing even. Or maybe we timed it perfectly, he said, pulling a compact black umbrella from his backpack. Looks like I get to play the gentleman. The way he said it wasn't arrogant. It was teasing, soft enough to make my cheeks flush as he flicked the umbrella open with a practiced flick of his wrist. Come on, he said, stepping closer and holding the umbrella above us. Before we both end up looking like soggy interns at tomorrow's briefing. I hesitated a beat before moving into the space beside him. It was a small umbrella, large enough to keep us dry but small enough that our shoulders brushed every few steps. And each time they did, a current shot through me, sharp and confusing. The streets smelled of wet earth and chai brewing in roadside stalls. Puddles reflected neon shop lights, turning the world into a watercolor painting. I kept my eyes trained ahead, pretending not to notice how his hand tightened slightly on the umbrella's handle each time the wine tugged at it. You always carry an umbrella? I asked, my voice softer than I intended. Not really. But my mom insists. Says it's better to be the weird guy with an umbrella than the drenched one catching a cold. He chuckled. Guess she has a point. I laughed too, surprising myself. The sound felt light, free, like a part of me had been waiting for this moment all along. A motorbike splashed through a puddle nearby, sending a spray of water dangerously close to us. Instinctively, Kabir shifted, angling the umbrella to shield me. His shoulder bumped mine, firmer this time. Sorry, he murmured, though his eyes didn't look sorry at all. They looked amused, warm. It's fine, I managed, clutching my toe tighter to keep my hands from fidgeting. We walked in silence for a while, the rain drumming gently on the fabric above our heads. Somehow, it didn't feel awkward. It felt right, like the kind of silence that doesn't demand to be filled. Do you always walk this slow? He teased suddenly. Do you always rush like you're being chased? I shot back, surprising us both. His laugh, full, unrestrained, echoed down the quiet street. I couldn't help but smile too, though I kept my gaze on the glistening pavement. By the time we reached my stop, the rain had softened into a mist. I turned to him, unsure what to say now that the moment was ending. Thanks for, not letting me drown out here. He grinned, closing the umbrella. Anytime. Though next time, you're bringing the umbrella. Next time. The words hung between us, bold and reckless. I felt my heart stutter at the thought. Deal? I whispered, and I wasn't sure if he heard me over the rain. We didn't plan to stop, but we did. Under the narrow shelter of an old bookstore's awning as the rain turned violent, sheets of water blurring the city outside. Kabir shook his umbrella, droplets scattering like tiny diamonds in the dim yellow light. He looked at me then, not with the casual ease of a new friend, but with something deeper, something searching. You okay? He asked softly. I nodded, though my heart was racing, just waiting for it to calm down. He leaned against the wall, close enough that I could feel the warmth radiating off his damp jacket, close enough that I could smell his cologne, subtle, woodsy, mixed now with the scent of rain. For a moment, neither of us spoke. The world felt hushed, as if even the storm outside had paused to watch us. I fiddled with the hem of my scarf, trying to calm my trembling fingers. That's when it happened. His hand brushed against mine, so lightly it could have been an accident. But it didn't feel accidental. I didn't pull away. Neither did he. Our fingers stayed like that, barely touching, for what felt like hours but couldn't have been more than seconds. I could feel the heat of his skin, the gentle press of his little finger against mine. You're cold, he murmured, his voice low, almost lost to the rain. Maybe, I whispered back, afraid to breathe too loud. His hand shifted then, fully enclosing mine in his. Warm, steady, firm, like an anchor in the storm. I looked up, startled, and met his eyes. There it was again, that softness, that unspoken question. You're trembling, he said. I wasn't sure if he meant from the cold or something else entirely. Probably, I admitted, a small smile tugging at my lips. He squeezed my hand, and for the first time in weeks, my restless thoughts went silent. We stood like that as the rain roared around us, two young people clinging to a fragile, new connection neither of us fully understood yet.
Present day.
Nisha. The sound of my name snapped me back. I blinked, startled to find myself staring at the cafe's polished wooden table. Kabir was looking at me, one brow slightly raised, his eyes warm but questioning. You zoned out, he said gently. I forced a small smile, my fingers unconsciously curling as though they still remembered the feel of his hand all those years ago. Sorry, just lost in thought. His lips curved, faint but knowing. Good memories. I didn't answer, not because I didn't want to, but because I wasn't sure how. Outside the cafe window, raindrops streaked down the glass, just like they had on that bookstore awning. For a moment, it felt like time hadn't passed at all.
Some silences say more than words ever could. And as I sat across from Kabir, I wondered if this was our chance to finally fill the spaces between us, or leave them untouched forever. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and share the video and subscribe to the channel.